Anyway, looks like the person got to the sled first is Team Amazon. That's right, the pink icon. And it was Harold who got to the sled, and then, as in for Duncan, that also made it as well. He gets to kick back and enjoy the show from here, as Harold will get to run and pull and start pulling the sled. Yeah, whatever, nerd. And listen too, by the way, is if you don't vote me off by any chance, is that we should vote for Sierra. Like, dude, she is a stalker and keeps talking about Cody most of the time, and she needs to go. And so far, as in for Harold, Harold was pretty much denying Duncan's vote, which will pretty much likely be so. Fine, suit yourself, Harold, and just warning you what would happen for everyone else. Anyway, as in for Harold, he's pretty much likely to have a different thought that Duncan was pretty much telling him what would even happen about Sierra if Sierra's obsession with Cody continues, which we may never know, but again, he's probably white for one thing that never trust a stalker these days. Ah, yeah, never trust a stalker, which likely to be so. And looks like, as in for Harold, he starts to run and pulls the sled, while Duncan looks for Lindsay and Sally and Sierra as they're moving. And looks like Team Chris is really, really hot, and the blue icon made it and got to the sled, and the only one person who did is Star and Noah. So Noah, you get to be in the sled, and Star, for you, however, you will be the one to pull the sled. Since we are going from alphabet, from A to Z of the order. So again, you go, and Noah, you will get to use the whip. Oh boy, looks like as in for that, Star and Noah are going to be looking for Jeff and Gothlistic Girl. And we have next is Team Victory from the yellow icon that did came here for the third play for at third place. And the only one who made it to the sled is Danny and gets to pull the sled, while Beth gets to be in the sled. That is radioactive. Yeah, no idea what most of it is now these days. And plus, what is with radioactive these days for no reason? Well, pretty much again, Beth noticed about that exactly, but for now, it continues on the road. Well, Danny, on the other hand, runs and pulls the sled while Beth is in the sled and looks for Courtney and Gothboy and DJ. And the other three are normal sleds right now. And then the team the Nancy Drew catchers with the gray icon had now made it. And the only person who did is Justin that will run and pull the sled. And as in for the next person who would join him is Trent. That gets to likely be in the sled. And as in for Justin and Trent, there looks like they're both working together to move the sled. Well, unfortunately, with the ice of its only solitude for now, for how the ice will be interacting with. And so far, Justin is running, while the sled continues to move, and Trent will be looking for Katie and Josh at the flagpoles, which all the teams are doing for so far lately. And then, as in for the team of the squad professionals, by any chance, that they're going to be getting to the sled, and for however, Gwen will be pulling the Gwen will be the one moving and pulling the sled, while Tyler will be in the sled. Since we're going to keep on continuing anyways. So, as in for that, Tyler will be looking for Izzy and Owen and Heather around in the flagpoles. And then for the last team to show up is Team No Fear Savages by the red icon and got here too and is in dead last place. So the person who is here was Alejandro and gets to be the one who will move the sled. And then as in for Adam, he will get to be in the sled and helps Alejandro in the challenge to look for Sadie and Lashana and Bridget. And if I were you guys right now, then y'all should get moving, since Team Amazon is in a big and huge lead. than everyone else. Oh snap! Looks like they might have to catch them on foot, since it's pretty much they're in dead last so far by the only previous team that got fifth. Yikes. Anyway, as in for the rest of the teams, and again, the song was skipped because due to the lack that, well, it's just going to pretty much be skipped right now since, well, we didn't have any time to see if there was going to be any, like, other contestants to pretty much deal with the lack of the pole kissing, so, yeah, pole kissing. Never do any of that because that will freeze your freaking tongue off, so, yep, that's pretty much why we had to definitely not take the risk, so we had to skip it otherwise. So, yep, it is no song time. Definitely no song time. The only thing I'll say there will be a song time or no song time is if we ever decide to skip it or not. So, meanwhile, with the other teams heading to the finish line and back with the show. Anyway, so for the first place team that wins the game is first place is Team the Squad of the Professionals is Gwen and Owen and Tyler and Izzy and Heather wins first place and goes to first class, which means they win invincibility and they're safe for tonight and they're not going home again, which they're lucky to stay in first class. And in second place is Team Victory, that is Courtney, Danny, Gotboy, Beth, and DJ win second place and will also tag along with the team of the Squad Professionals too in first class. And then in third place goes to is Team the Nancy Drew Catchers. That is Trent and Katie and Justin and Josh will stay lucky for the win of third place and gets to head to my movie theater set, known as the Chris McLean movie theater set. In fourth place is to say that was Team Me is really, 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 really dang hot. And the blue icon is Noah and Star and Jeff and Conflistic Girl stays in the game and goes to my movie theater set too, along with the Nancy Drew Catchers. And then, as in for fifth place, is Team Amazon with the pink icon, which, oh yeah, they are not going to be pretty much safe today, exactly, which at this point, they're not going to be voted off. The only last team I'll mention about sixth place, but for fifth place, they get to pretty much be in the back of the plane and will also get to take blue chairs anyway, of their blue icon chairs, to watch their last contested team of the other team that will be as the No Fear Savages to get be voted of their teammates off. So, it was Harold and Lindsay and Duncan and Sally and finally Sierra. They were in fifth place and they get to be watching exactly by watching their very only teammates to know how they're going to be eliminated. So, as in for last place is No Fear Savages, red of the icon, is Alejandro and Sadie and Adam and Lashana and of course Bridget, and loses in last place and will get to join with Team Amazon in the back of the plane after the voting ceremony is done, which is pretty much likely the drop of shame tonight. So, and No Fear Savages comes with me, or should I say, come with me, and they're about to be pick one